Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone to our weekly Bhagavad Gita session. What we are trying to do here is we're trying to study Bhagavad Gita in a systematic way. It's the program we labeled it, titled it as a systematic study of Bhagavad Gita. And today also in the session in general, we take verse by verse, we look at these verses, we look at what is written in the purports to the extent possible, to the extent it is critical, and we also try and chant some of these verses, some of the important verses. And most important thing we will try to do during these sessions is we will try to relate these verses, these situations with our own life and see where we can learn, what we can learn out of it, how we can deal when we will find ourselves in the similar situations, and how the teachings from Bhagavad Gita can help us in dealing with real life problems in our day to day life. So this is where we will be focusing more during our sessions. So Bhagavad Gita as it is, today's topic is Undoubt Your Doubts. We'll be talking all about doubts in the later part of our session. Just to remind, before Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna was discouraged and didn't wanted to fight. He was crying. After Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is determined. Determined, has picked up his bow and arrow and now is prepared to fight. We see transformation. We see transformation. So we, by studying Bhagavad Gita, we should be open for transformation. We should be prepared to change our outlook, to change our values, to change our behaviors. And that's is going to be the success of learning Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita as it was told by Lord Krishna to Arjuna, in the same way it has been told by our acharyas to us. So we also have to understand it in the same way and respond in the same way as well. So learning Bhagavad Gita is for devotional transformation. It's a journey. I know we have just begun, but we should know what's our end is, and we should be open. We should be prepared. We should be ready to put in our required hard work to go there. It's not going to be easy at times. We may not really feel a lot of lot of encouragement, but if we are in association of devotees, this journey will become actually enjoyable. It will not be tough at all. So this is where we want to. This is where the whole conversation of Bhagavad Gita took place. This is the Kurukshetra battlefield of Kurukshetra, where Arjuna is giving directions to Lord Krishna. We'll see this beautiful verse today. Do a quick recap. Last session, three M's: me, my, mine. Dhritarashtra is saying, differentiating between my sons and sons of Pandu. So we understood that he is not only blind physically, but spiritually also is blind. And that's primarily the reason why he's considering his sons to be his sons. And everything we discuss how everything, when we consider ourselves to be this body, we take everything in relation with this body to be ours, to be true and to be ours. And that's the illusion. This is called Maya. So nothing belongs to us. That's the reality. If my children are also children of Krishna, Krishna is their original father. They have been put in my custody for the time being. I don't know how many days, I don't know how many months or how many years, but I'm a custodian. I'm not owner. But when I start considering them, I'm assume myself as the owner of the bodies of my wife and my children and my I consider my home to be my property. I get attached, and then that's how I get that I fall into Maya. I fall into Maya, and Bhagavad Gita. The One of the purpose of Bhagavad Gita is to wake up. to wake ourselves up from this dream where we think we are seeing, considering everything to be real, but none of this is it's all real, but it's all temporary. None of it is true. None of it is truly ours. What is ours? Our consciousness is ours. Our desires are ours. Our willingness to serve Krishna, that belongs to us. Our desire to serve Krishna belongs to us. Everything else actually belongs to Krishna. So this is the will of Krishna. Krishna wants uh, everyone to come back to him at the end of this life. So this is what will happen to us if we when we will go back our home back to Godhead. Krishna will be personally waiting to welcome us, and he will embrace us just like this, and he will welcome us, and he will say, what took you so long? I've been sending devotees in your life. I've been requesting, pushing, creating situations, sometimes good situations, so that you can focus on your bhakti, sometimes bad situations, so that you develop some detachment from this world and then turn towards me. I've been orchestrating so much, but paying attention. And it took you so long for you to come back, actually. So this is we'll get a one beautiful tight embrace from Krishna when we will go back home, back to Godhead, back to his abode. And he's waiting personally for us. Every soul who returns to Krishna, Krishna personally welcomes him. And so this picture we should always remember, and we use it as a summary to summarize every session. And this should remind us, this should remind all 131 of us that we have to be there in place of this person. Someday we should be here. We should lose our taste for the material enjoyments, and should really cultivate a desire to go back to Krishna and serve him there. Until that, we will serve him here, so that we practice in this material world what we had to go and do in the spiritual world. So so this is the message of Bhagavad Gita. Does all Bhagavad Gita speak the same language, give the same message? Unfortunately, the answer is no. And that's why Prabhupada wrote Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada wrote, and Prabhupada very categorically stated in preface as well as forewords, that how other Bhagavad Gitas will not help you much. And hence he wanted to write a Bhagavad Gita. Dhritarashtra is having, we spoke about present of Bhagavad Gita as it was spoken by Krishna and as it was understood by Arjuna. End of that learning, we should feel like Arjuna. We should feel transformed Arjuna. We should feel like as if we have become Gandhivdhari Arjuna. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partha Dhanur is the one who is holding the Dhanusha, and that is Dhanurdhara. And that kind of transformation we all should hope to have at the end of these sessions. Devotees are fearless because they know who is protecting them, who is in charge, who is in control. They know who with whom the entire control of their life lies with. It's with Krishna. Therefore, they are fearless. It's not that they don't have problems. They have problems, but they know who is sanctioning those problems and who is going to remove those problems, so that they can start performing bhakti nicely. Dhritarashtra is fearful. Dhritarashtra is fearful. Non-devotees are always fearful. They are fearful when they don't get. When will I get it? Either way, they are in misery. We should become a devotee. We should become a devotee of Lord Krishna and become fearless. Third verse of Bhagavad Gita. Oh, my teacher, translation, third verse of Bhagavad Gita is where Duryodhan speaking. Duryodhan starts speaking. The first verse, Dhritarashtra speaks, so, and then Duryodhan takes over the conversation. The flow of Bhagavad Gita, Duryodhan is going to speak some verses from starting from text number 3 onwards, third verse onwards. Now Duryodhan is addressing Dronacharya. And he says something very significant. Let's analyze that. Oh, my teacher, behold the great army of sons of Pandu, so expertly arranged by your intelligent disciple, the son of Drupada. Now he's he's being sarcastic. He's being sarcastic here. Why? Because he wants to remind Dronacharya that this son of Drupada is going to become cause of your death. Now, Drupada and Dronacharya had a history. In the Gurukul, they were best of friends. They were best of buddies. In school we have best friends, and but there was a difference. I mean, Drupad was a prince. He was son of a king, and he was future king, in fact. And Dronacharya was a son of pure Brahmana. So they both were per se not match, but in Gurukul they were together and both were, learning from the same guru and both became best of friends. So, um, but and in one such day, Drupad said that when I will become king, I will give half of my kingdom to you. Dronacharya Dronacharya remembered it. Unfortunately, after completing their education, Dronacharya became a teacher, but he was not getting much of income. So his wife, his children were always in poverty. So they reminded him that you have a friend. Why don't you go and ask for some help? Dronacharya came to Drupad and reminded him of his promise that you said when you will become king of um, I'm unfortunately in this
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Apologies to disturb you. Maybe you can just check your attachment, Prabhuji, of this mic. It is in breaking, in between. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Is this better?
Yes, Prabhuji. It is always better, but sometimes it breaks in between.
Let's hope
Hare Krishna.
it will not.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Hope all of you have better audio reception, right? Somebody can confirm other than Vikas Prajin.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Now it is
Yes,
okay.
Prabhuji. It is
Yes,
clear.
Prabhuji.
Okay.
Clear, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji, it's fine.
Unfortunately, my speakers have started functioning instead of I should hear it from the headset. My apologies. Hare Krishna. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
This is better. Yeah. Let's continue. So Drupad refused to even recognize Dronacharya and he humiliated him by calling him inferior. So he said, I was friend with you because it served my purpose. The poor cannot be a friend of the rich. The weak cannot be a friend of a strong. A king cannot be a friend to one who is not a king. Who want this old friendship? So Dronacharya left from there in insulted mood, but then later on he took up as a acharya, he took up a teacher of Kauravas and Pandavas, and after completing their education, he asked for Guru Dakshina. And in Guru Dakshina, he said, "Go to Drupad, arrest him, and bring him to me." Pandavas did that, and then Dronacharya reminded him of the insult that he received at the hand of Drupad. Drupad went back and perform a huge sacrifice and got a son who will become a cause of the death of Dronacharya, and that is Drishtadyumna. He also got a son and a daughter. That daughter is Draupadi, who became the wife of Pandava. So Dronacharya, so that when Drishtadyumna became elderly, when become came of right age, Drupad sent him to Dronacharya for learning military art. And Dronacharya knew perfectly well that this son of Drupad is going to become cause of his death. But despite of knowing it, he taught Drishtadyumna everything completely. Whatever he had to teach, he trained him completely in the military art. And that is the reason why Duryodhana is sarcastically making a reference that you taught this Drupada, the son of Drupada, who is now going to become a cause of your death. And you have only trained him. And see how beautifully he has arranged. He took side of Pandavas and he was their Senapati and he made a military arrangement in a particular way. And then Duryodhana was actually sarcastically admiring Drishtadyum's military skills, and then said that you have only taught him, so be alert, be more ferocious in while dealing with the Pandavas and their army. Don't show your mercy on them, because otherwise they will become cause of your death. So he's giving a pep talk to his guru. Prabhupada write in the purport that Dronacharya knew this perfectly well, and yet, as a liberal Brahmana, he did not hesitate to impart all his military secrets when the son of Drupada, Drishtadyumna, was entrusted to him for military education. 1.3 purport. Moving on, Duryodhan continues to speak. Here in this army are many heroic bowmen equal to fighting to Brahma and Arjuna, Bhima and Arjuna, great fighters like Yuyudhana, Virata, and Drupada. There are also great heroic powerful fighters like Drishtaketu, Chitrak, Chaitana, and Kashiraj, Purujit, and Kashi Bhoja, Kunti Bhoja, and Saibya. So there are mighty Yudhamanyu and very powerful Uttamauja, the son of Subhadra and the son of Draupadi, sons of Draupadi. All these warriors are great chariot fighters. But for your information, O best of Brahmanas, let me tell you about the captains who are especially qualified to lead my military force. So after describing various warriors who are going to fight from the side of Pandavas, Duryodhan turns to his own army and he's giving a list of champion warriors on his side who he believe will give him protection in this war. So he says, text 8, there are personalities like you, Bhishma, Karna, Krupa, Ashwathama, Vikarna, and the sons of Samadatta are called Bhurishwarya, who are always victorious in battle. There are many other heroes who are prepared to lay down their lives for my sake. All of them are well equipped with different kinds of weapons and are all are experienced in military science. He Duryodhan is diplomatic. Duryodhan is desperate to win this war. And Duryodhan knows between Dronacharya and Bhishmacharya and all the other warriors that he named in the text 8, he has sufficient protection. He said he himself as well as the Kauravas were great fighters. So he's confident, he's worried as well as he's confident. So, but he does not want his army to relax, to feel relaxed that because Bhishma is there, because Drona is there, he wants everybody to be on their toes. And that is what he's trying to do. So, very diplomatically, he's speaking with Dronacharya, but he's indirectly also addressing Bhishmacharya. Now, he make a list all the great warriors who are fighting on his side as well as on the side of Pandavas. So, he's praising, but he's also warning all soldiers to protect Bhishma Dev. And as long he knew, because as long as Bhishma is alive, there was no danger to the Kauravas because he had taken a vow that he will always protect Hastinapur dynasty, and the king of Hastinapur, and he will always be protective. And as long as he was alive, nobody could have defeated Kauravas. So that was Duryodhana's plan. Question. Duryodhana has taken all the names of all big and mighty warriors except Krishna, even though he was personally present on the battlefield. Why? Somebody can raise hand. there's a small story behind this. Ganesh, yes, Prajay.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Uh, oh, he is not a devotee of Krishna. That's why he cannot see Krishna.
Okay. He was able to see Krishna as a chariot driver of Arjuna. Though, so he was in he yeah, there was a vision, but there's no vision. It's like seeing but not seeing. He was just seeing physical presence of Krishna, but not per se Krishna as a supreme personality of Godhead. But still, any other thought on why he was not taking Krishna's name? Uh, Rekha
Hare Krishna
Ramakrishnan
Prabhuji.
Mataji. Yes, yes, Mother. Let me just pick few new names. Rekha Ramakrishnan Mataji and then Sushil Kumar.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Means what the Duryodhana was not aware that Krishna can also fight. He thought that he is this one, Gwala, so he cannot have the same this one, how the other warriors can fight.
Okay. But Krishna by then had become famous because from childhood he was killing demons, and those were not very small demons. Like when he was few days old, he killed Putna. So there's one more reason. Sushil Kumar, Sanjeev Diwan later.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी कृष्णा
पूरा ऑफर किया है, पूरा ऑफर किया है।
as per conditions hello
Yes, sir. Vijay.
अच्छा
Go
है।
ahead.
as per the conditions Krishna is not supposed to take part in the fight. That's the reason.
Okay.
So he wrote as per him, as per Duryodhana, the role of Krishna is negligible.
Negligible. Okay. Nice. Sanjeev Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I think the main reason why he didn't take Krishna's name was because he was envious. He was envious of Krishna.
Okay. He's envious of Krishna. Very nice. Kanchan Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
It was his pride and arrogance and non-acceptance that Krishna be a reason of being because he was on the opposite side. They didn't wanted to accept him as a warrior because of the pride and arrogance.
Pride and arrogance. Radha Mataji.
यस प्रभु जी सेम कांचन माता जी ने जो बोला प्राइड एंड अरगेंस तो था ही पर उनको श्रद्धा भी नहीं थी कहीं ना कहीं तो तभी उनको कृष्ण जो भगवान थे वो भगवान की तरह कभी दिखे ही नहीं जबकि सबने उनको बोला कि वो विष्णु के अवतार है वो भगवान है लेकिन वो उनको एक ग्वाला और एक नॉर्मल इंसानी लगा वो
Okay, I'm going to go to the next slide. Anybody can quickly describe this pastime?
Yeah, yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Should I
Yes,
try also? Yes, Prabhuji. So this is the scene well before the
no,
Mahabharata.
no. You raise hand. Yeah. I'm saying raise hand.
Okay, Prabhuji. Sorry.
Usha Mataji, you want to
Prabhuji.
describe this? Yes.
Yes. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
Actually, both Duryodhan and Arjun went to meet Krishna in his house to get help from him for the battle that was coming up. That time Krishna had vowed that he will not pick up arms in this Yuddha, Mahabharat Yuddha. He said he will not pick up the arms. And then he told Duryodhan that I will not pick up arms. What do you want? He said, okay, then I will have your Narayani Sena. And when Arjun was asked, what do you want? Because I'm not going to pick up arms in this Mahabharat Yuddha. He said, I want you. I don't want your Narayani Sena. I just want you to be with me.
One more follow-up question. Whom did Krishna saw first?
First, he offered to Arjuna because perhaps he wanted to test him, and he was the first one he saw when he woke up from his bed, from his sleep.
Yeah.
So he first asked Arjuna. Arjuna straight away said, I don't want your Narayani Sena. I want just you. And then Duryodhan was happy, so he said, okay, I will take the Narayani Sena. So that is why he never included Bhagwan Krishna ka naam in the Yodhas.
Okay. Yeah, very beautiful pastime. Very nicely described, Mataji. Thank you so much. So both Arjun and Duryodhan went to Lord at the same time, happened to come at the same time. This is also another beautiful Leela. And Duryodhan actually came earlier. And Lord was sleeping. So he said, मैं राजा हूँ राजपुत्र जैसे ही हूँ मैं राजा हूँ तो आई विल नॉट सिट एट somebody's feet. So he went and sat next to near Lord's head. Arjuna came as a devotee. He said, "Oh, his seat near his feet is empty. Let me be there." So he was stationed there. He was looking at the feet of the Lord, admiring, and then waiting for Lord to wake up. When Krishna woke up, he opened his eyes. He saw his feet, and he saw immediately Arjuna. Then he asked, Hey Arjun, when did you came? What do you want?" Duryodhana objected, saying that I came first. Arjun has come later. But then Krishna settled it, saying that I saw Arjun first, so for me, Arjun has come first. And anyway, between the you two, Arjuna is younger. So you are an elder brother, so you should allow Arjuna to demand. He knew why both of them had come. And then, as Mataji mentioned, that without hesitation, and he gave options. He said he put this condition that I will not fight because both of you are my relatives. I don't want to fight. And but what I will do, I can be on, I can make myself available. You use me in any other way that you want. And on me, one hand, I will offer myself. On another hand, I will offer my entire army, Narayani Sena. Balram was not going to fight. Balram went out. So that was out of question. So Krishna versus Narayani Sena, these were the two options. Krishna made available to both of them. And without hesitation, Arjuna asked for Krishna. He said, I don't care. Don't fight. That's fine. You just come, sit, relax, and just be with us. Duryodhana obviously was worried that Arjuna might end up asking Narayani Sena. No, it was lakhs and lakhs of crore people's Parakrami Narayani Sena. So he didn't wanted to lose this negotiation by by ending up having Krishna on his side, who was useless as because he's not going to fight anyway. So he wanted Narayani Sena. Arjuna wanted Krishna. Both got what they want, and then Duryodhan went back to Palace, and then with a joyful mood he explained to everyone that idiot Arjuna foolishly asked for Krishna, who was not even going to lift a weapon. So what is his use? So Arjuna is idiot, Krishna is even bigger idiot. And I am so smart. I got such a huge, I won this army. This army is going to come and join our forces and will be fighting on our behalf. So now he's thought it's a win-win. It's a great booster dose that they got before the war began. And Bhishma, when he heard the whole incident, he felt very sad. He said, "You idiot! You don't know what goof up you have done. What is the use of Narayani Sena without Narayan?" Bhishma said, "What is the use of Narayani Sena without Narayan?" So similarly, we should, if we are chasing Lakshmi, all of us probably want a lot of Lakshmi to be in our house, in our tijori, in our bank. But what is the use of that Lakshmi? How do you think really she will be interested in staying with you if she's not with Narayan? No. Now bring Narayan, Lakshmi ji will come on her own. You don't have to worry about that. So similarly, Narayani Sena and Narayan, we have to be. He said, "You've lost Narayan, and that is as good as losing the battle." So Bhishma was extremely unhappy with the whole incidents. So the lesson for all of us: being on God's side is million times superior to one's own political diplomacy and material expertise. Being on God's side, being on the side of Krishna, follow Krishna's instructions. Being on the side of Krishna means whatever instructions Krishna has given in form of Bhagavad Gita, be on that side. Try to do that action, try to do those things rather than doing anything else in the world. Now, no matter how great political diplomat you may become, no matter how great, how much knowledgeable you become, no matter how intellectual the world may think you have become, no matter how many degrees you may end up adding to your list, against your name, no matter how much famous you become, if you are not following Krishna's instruction, if you're not a devotee of Krishna, it's all useless. Bhagavatam says, Shrama evahi kevalam. If you're not developed taste for taking Krishna's name, appreciating Krishna's form, appreciating his pastimes, then whatever else you would have done, and no matter how much fame and name that you would have earned, it's all shrama evahi kevalam. It is complete waste of your time and energy. So always check, are you on the God's side? Whatever you are doing, wherever you might be, are you on the side of Krishna? And how we can know? We can know if we are following instructions of Krishna, we know that we are on the side of Krishna. Moving on, signs of victory. There are still few hands raised. So yeah. Rekha Mataji, we can come back if there are any questions related to the pastime. Okay, we'll proceed further. Then Bhishma, the great valiant grandsire of the Kuru dynasty, the grandfather of the fighters, blew his conch shell very loudly, making a sound like the roar of a lion, giving Duryodhana joy. Lord Krishna, Arjuna, they both pulled out their conch shells and they blew their conch shells. Conch shells means shankha. Shankha dhvani is a that is performed. That is a sign that the war has now officially started. The war, the anytime now you can expect weapon use of weapons can now actually start. The warriors no more before that moment. The armies are standing in front of each other, but they're all driven by rules. In earlier times, the wars were also fought on the basis of some rules, and so this was they were just waiting for this moment where both parties will blow their conch shells and the war will actually start. So everyone pulled out their conch shells and started blowing their conch shells. And Bhagavad Gita gives a list of various people who blew conch shells and what is the name of their particular conch shell. So Lord Krishna's conch shell was named Panchajanya. Arjuna's Devadatta, Bhima, Paundra, King Yudhishthir, Ananta Vijaya, Nakul and Sahadev has conch shell named Sughosha and Mani Pushpaka. So the blowing of these different conch shells became uproarious and vibrating both in the sky and on the earth. It shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra. It shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra. The sound, the sound is important element. It can give us joy to the heart. It can shatter our heart also. Arjuna, and in this case, when Bhishma blew his conch shell, it's mentioned that it gave joy to Duryodhana's heart. But when the everyone pulled out their respective conch shells and everyone started blowing conch shells, the collective sound shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra. It shows the signs of weakness. It showed the sign of weakness even before the war had begun. Now, something significant happened on the battlefield. Arjuna, the son of Pandu, seated in the chariot bearing the flag marked with Hanuman, took up his bow and prepared to shoot his arrow. There are various signs of victory. The Krishna, one sign of victory is Krishna is on the side of Pandava. So, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partha Dhanurdhara, Tatra, that is where the victory and the Niti will always remain, and the Shri, the opulence will always remain on the side wherever the Krishna is present. So, Krishna being present on the side of Pandavas assured victory to the Pandavas even before the war had started. The hearts of sons of Dhritarashtra were shattered by the overall sound of all the conch shells were being blown. And Arjuna was sitting in a Uttama Ratha, which was given by some god himself, and Hanumanji came and appeared himself and placed himself on the flag. So personally, he was present in the battlefield. He didn't took part in the battle, but every time Bhima would kill somebody, Hanumanji would make a very loud noise to encourage Bhima to fight more. So Hanumanji was present. The chariot is very special. Lord is present, Hanumanji is present, chariot is special, and Dhritarashtra's sons are feeling weak. These are some of the signs of victory, indicating that the Pandavas are going to win this battle even before the battle was begun. Lesson: where there is Krishna, there is always victory. Now, what we are going to do is, we did this last session also, and we're going to do this for rest of the some of the verses. So we will chant some of these verses. Okay, so we last time we did this. All of you can unmute and you can follow me. I will chant Arjuna Vacha, then you all can chant Arjuna Vacha. Then I will chant first section of the first. So every line we will chant in two parts. So Senayor Ubhayor Madhye, that is one. Ratham Stapaya Me Achyuta, that is second part. So each verse of two lines is broken in four parts. So the first part, then this is second part, this is third part, this is fourth part. In English also you can follow, you can clearly see four lines. So we'll chant first line first, then second, then third and fourth. And all of you, please try and make an effort to chant. It's extremely purifying chanting these verses. We may not be able to do it very accurately, all of us. In fact, I will also goof up in many pronunciations, but trying is our success. If we have tried, we are successful. Okay, so we have series of verses, good 4 5 6 verses we will be chanting. So I will request you all to unmute and chant this verse, and then we will chant rest of the verses. Arjuna Uvacha
Arjuna Uvacha
Senayor Ubhayor Madhye
Senayorumadhye
Ratham Sthapaya Mechuta
Ratham Sthavaya Mechuta
Yavada Etan Niriksha Meham
Yavedani
Niriksheham
Ya- Yavad Etan Nirikshe Aham
Yavad
Yodhu Kaman Avasthitan.
Yodhu
Yodhukamanam Avasthitam.
Okay, you can all go. Thank you so much. You can go on mute. Okay. Arjun said, O infallible one, please draw my chariot between the two armies, so that I may see those present here who desire to fight and with whom I must contend in this great trial of arms. What Arjuna is doing? Arjuna is giving instruction to Achyuta. Achyuta is one of Krishna's name, which means infallible one. Prabhupada translate Achyuta is infallible one. What he's telling, he's saying, please draw my chariot in between two armies so that I may see everyone who is present here from equal distance. So Arjuna is giving instruction to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Prabhupada write in the purport, this is Bhakta Vatsala nature of Krishna. Bhakta Vatsala, those who are devotees, Krishna loves to take special care of for them. Krishna wants to do something for them. Krishna is prepared to do anything for them. The love is two-way. We do something for our beloved, and our beloved also reciprocates. Then that gives a fulfilling relationship. If it is one way, it's not much healthy. College especially, there are a lot of one-way love affairs which starts and ends in no time, because if there is no reciprocation, how long you will love, how long it can continue. So this is a perfect loving relationship between Arjuna and Krishna. And Krishna can have similar relationship with all of you, all of us. We just need to turn to him and start cultivating this relationship. So Prabhupada writes in the purport that Krishna, Supreme God, he never fails in his affection for his devotees, and thus he is addressed herein as infallible. As charioteer, he had to carry out the orders of Arjuna, and since he did not hesitate to do so, he is addressed as infallible. Although he had accepted the position of a charioteer for his devotee, his supreme position was not challenged. In all circumstances, he is the supreme personality of Godhead, Rishikesha, the Lord of all total senses. The relationship between the Lord and his servitor is very sweet and transcendental. I'll repeat, very beautiful statement. The Prabhupada writes, the relationship between the Lord and his servitor is very sweet and transcendental. The servitor is always ready to render service to the Lord, and similarly, the Lord is always seeking an opportunity to render some service to the devotee. He takes great pleasure in his pure devotees assuming the advantageous position of ordering him. When a pure devotee is ordering him, he obtains transcendental pleasure, although he is infallible master in all circumstances. Prabhupada wants us to remember this, that he's just because he's carrying out orders of Arjuna doesn't mean Arjuna has become supreme personality of Godhead and Krishna has become subordinate to him. He says this is a servitor, this is that Lord, this is that master who is always desiring to serve his servant. Where do we find such masters? Where do we find such employers? Where do we find such gurus who are so eager to serve you? And whereas your actual responsibility for service is yours, you know. So this is Prabhupada calls this is very sweet. This is very sweet and transcendental, where the Lord, the servant, the devotee is always looking for an opportunity to how best he can serve his God. And God is also seeking opportunity how best he can serve his devotees. And this competition, this loving exchange is always going on. And this gives Krishna also great pleasure. Assume there is a champion wrestler, champion wrestler, world champion wrestler. When he comes home, he has a small 5-year-old, 10-year-old boy, and he come home and start playing with him in the bedroom, and then he says, Papa, I want to come on wrestle with me, and then they start wrestling. Now small boy is a 5, 6, 7-year-old boy. Wrestler is world champion wrestler. Wrestler is not so much interested in showing how powerful he is to his son. The son push him, and son defeats him actually in the wrestling match when they play that on the carpet or in the bedroom. And the wrestler feels very happy. He says, yes, I got defeated. Oh, you have defeated me. Don't tell anybody. People will start laughing at me. People will think that, oh, how can you get, you're beating so many big champions, but you can't defeat your own son, such small son. He has defeated you. And the wrestler is actually is actually getting defeated, actually falling down. The son can be on his chest and punching him, saying that I'm defeating you. See, you're a champion wrestler outside. In home, I am champion. And then it's a great sight. It's a great sight, a great playful sight between the father and son, where father is very happy to lose this battle to his son. So that is the nature of loving exchange between God and his devotees. Yeah, we can resume our chanting. Sanjaya Uvacha.
Sanjaya Uvacha.
Evamukto Rishikesho.
Evamukto Rishikesho
गुडाकेशेन भारत
गुडाकेशेन भारत
एवमुक्तो ऋषिकेशो
एवमुक्तो
Kesho.
गुडाकेशेन भारत
गुडाकेशेन
सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये
भारतयोर्मध्ये
सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये
Senayoruvayormadhe
स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम्
स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम्
स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम्
स्थापयित्वा
Okay, we go to the translation. Sanjay said, O descendant of Bharata, having thus been addressed by Arjuna, Lord Krishna drew up the fine chariot in the midst of the armies of both parties. Now Arjuna is speaking. Arjuna so sorry. So this is the 25th verse that the Sanjay continues to describe what he's seeing. He's speaking with Dhritarashtra in the Hastinapur palace. We'll chant भीष्मद्रोण प्रमुखतः
द्रोण प्रमुखतः
भीष्मद्रोण प्रमुखतः
भीष्मद्रोण
सर्वेषां च महीक्षिताम्
सर्वेषां च महीक्षिताम्
सर्वेषां सर्वेषां च महीक्षिताम्
सर्वेषां च महीक्षिताम्
उवाच पार्थ पश्येतान्
उवाच पार्थ पश्येताम्
उवाच पार्थ पश्येतान्
उवाच पार्थ पश्येतान्
समवेतान् कुरुन्निति
वेतान् कुरुनिति
समवेतान् कुरुन्निति
कुरुनिति
In the presence of Bhishma and Drona and all other charioteers, all other chieftains of the world, the Lord said, just behold, Partha, all the Kurus assembled here. The Lord sometimes, Krishna says it's amongst the cheaters, Krishna is the biggest cheater. So amongst kapati is the word. People can become kapti, people can become cheaters, people can, do things. People can hit where it hurt the most. If people can do that, Krishna can do that in the perfect way. What did he do? He was told to draw chariot in between two armies so that he could see everyone equally. Krishna has driven the chariot and he went and stopped in front of Bhishma and Drona, who were Arjuna's weak points. So, when I said Krishna can test us by hurting us where it hurt the most, this is Arjuna's test. This is test for Arjuna. That this fighting is not this is not that this is not a this is not demonstration of how skilled I am. It is now become serious. It's not nobody want to test my knowledge. It's not a playful fight where I just want to show how what I have learned. This is a battle where you'll have to kill people actually, and that includes Bhishma and Drona. Because unless and until these two warriors are present on the side of Kauravas, this battle is impossible to win this battle. So Krishna drew chariot and paused it in front of Bhishma and Drona. He also could have stopped that chariot in front of Duryodhan and Dushasan. And then Arjuna could have had completely different emotions. What we see later, he might not have had that kind of a emotional outburst. But seeing Bhishma and Drona standing in front of him, we'll see what happens to Arjuna in the next verse. Next verse, 1.28, we'll chant Arjuna Uvacha.
Arjuna Uvacha.
दृष्टवेमं स्वजनं कृष्ण
दृष्ट्वेमं स्वजनं
Krishna.
दृष्टवेमं स्वजनं कृष्ण
Krishna.
युयुत्सु समुपस्थितं युयुत्सु समुपस्थितं सिदन्ति गात्राणि
Siddhanti mama gatrani.
सिदन्ति मम गात्राणि
Siddhanti mama gatrani.
मुखं च परिशुष्यति
मुखं च
Parishushati.
मुखं च परिशुष्यति
मुखं च
Parishushati.
Arjuna said, "My dear Krishna, seeing my friends and relatives present before me in such fighting spirit, I feel limbs of my body quivering and my mouth drying up." After seeing Bhishma and Drona, and then Arjuna, wherever he saw only his friends and relatives. And what's happening? Siddhanti mama gatrani mukham cha parishushati. Gatrani are all limbs of his body are querying. They develop a kampan. Kampan is just like uh, sh- shaking. Everything, his whole body started shaking, and mouth started getting dried up. So, so he's actually witnessing a transformation, uh, but it's a degradation. It's not upgradation. It's not uplifting. It is going down. He's going down. He's started drowning in the emotional turmoil. Next verse. वेपथुश्च शरीरे मे
Vepatusha sharire me.
वेपथुश्च शरीरे मे
Vepatusha sharire me.
रोमहर्षश्च जायते
Roma harshasya.
रोमहर्षश्च जायते
Roma harshasya jayate.
गाण्डीवं श्रंसते हस्तात्
Gandivam shamsati hastat.
गाण्डीवं श्रंसते हस्तात्
Gandivam
शंशति
shamsati
हस्तात्
hastat.
त्वच्चैव परिदह्यते
Tvakshaiva paridayate.
त्वच्चैव परिदह्यते
चैव परिदाह्यते
Arjuna is describing his condition. My whole body is trembling, my hair is on end, my bow Gandiva is slipping from my hand, and my skin is burning. He continues 1.30. Nacha shoknamya avasthatu
न च
Avasthato.
न च शक्नोम्य अवस्थातु
न च शक्नोम्य
अवस्थातु
भ्रमतीव
भ्रमतीव च मे मनः
भ्रमतीव
च मे
मे
मनः
मनः
भ्रमतीव च मे मनः
भ्रमतीव च
भ्रमतीव
मे
च मे
मनः
मनः
निमित्तानि च पश्यामि
निमित्तानि च पश्यामि
निमित्तानि च पश्यामि
निमित्तानि च
निमित्तानि च पश्यामि
विपरीतानि केशव
विपरीतानि
केशव
विपरीतानि केशव
विपरीतानि केशव
Arjuna is saying, I'm now unable to stand here any longer. I'm forgetting myself and my mind is reeling. I see only causes of misfortune, O Krishna, killer of the Keshi demon. Prabhupada writes in the purport, due to his impatience, Arjuna was unable to stay on the battlefield and he was forgetting himself on the account of his weakness of his mind. On the account of this weakness of his mind. Brahmativa cha me man. Brahmativa cha me manaha. Brahmativa, Brahma is that forgetfulness of his mind was reeling, is the bewilderment of his mind. Manaha. Cha me manaha, my mind. Krishna is saying, Arjuna is clearly identifying this bodily problem that he's developing. He's not getting a heart attack. Nothing to worry about that. But because of the weakness of his mind, his bodily capacities, though present, are becoming unavailable to him. His champion most warrior single-handedly had defeated entire Kuru army when they attacked the attack on the kingdom of Virat to identify Pandavas. Single-handedly, Arjuna alone defeated everyone. Everyone was present. He didn't kill anyone, but he defeated them. So he's the most champion warrior in in that era at that particular time and that particular battlefield. And this is what is happening to him. He said, forget fighting. I'm not even able to hold my Gandiva, my weapons I'm not able to hold on my hand in my hand. So what to speak of fighting a battle? How can I fight in this condition? My body is shaking. I'm not able to stand on my feet. So I'm going to now sit down. Prabhupada writes in the purport, excessive attachment for material things puts a man in such a bewildering condition of existence. Excessive attachment for material things puts a man in such a bewildering condition of existence. Excessive attachment to the body also can be one of the reason. Now, Arjuna, uh, here Arjuna is having a very loving relationship with Bhishma and Drona. Extremely loving. He could have fought with everyone just for protecting these two personalities. He was extreme. I mean, those two were his clear weaknesses, and he didn't wanted to kill them. He didn't wanted to become a reason for killing them, and he loved them, and they loved him equally as well. Bhishma, he was his favorite grandson, and Dronacharya, he was his favorite student. So, um, so this excessive attachment on the part of Arjuna is becoming the reason why he has developed weakness of mind. So weakness of mind, Prabhupada, is a symptom, and the root cause is excessive attachment for material things. What is happening is, at a bodily level, there is visible weakness that he has developed. That bodily weakness is because of the Brahmativa cha me manaha. Because of his mind has got bewildered. His software of mind has got corrupt. And that happens because of excessive attachment to the material things. The root cause is excessive attachment, which causes your software of our mind to get corrupted, which reflects at a gross bodily level where we are not even able to hold things in our hand, despite of having all the power in the world. Prabhupada writes very beautiful, gives that very beautiful statement. The words nimittani, viparitani are significant. When a man sees only frustration in his expectation, he thinks, why am I here? Why am I here? Go to chat box. Have you felt yourself ki why am I here? Have you asked yourself this question? This is written by Prabhupada in purport. This is not me. But have you come across a situation where you find yourself in a situation, maybe in a meeting, maybe in home, in some awkward situation where you felt, why am I here? I have plenty of situations where I probably thought, why am I here? What am I doing here? I should be probably somewhere else. But that's true. And that's what Arjuna is actually feeling, that why am I here? Um, I should have probably that's why the next few verses he will actually think about running away from the battlefield. So, and Prabhupada gives a reason for this, diagnose the reason for this. Prabhupada says that everyone is interested in himself and his own welfare. No one is interested in the Supreme Self. Everyone is interested only in himself and his own welfare. No one is interested in the Supreme Self. That is the reason why you find yourself in this kind of a difficult situations. Arjuna is showing ignorance of his real self-interest by Krishna's will. This is Arjuna's ignorance is not his original ignorance. In our case, it could be our original ignorance that we don't even know we are not this body, we are spirit soul. But Arjuna has been put into this condition where he is feeling bewildered by the arrangement of Krishna, because of Krishna's will. He's showing that kind of a ignorance. Prabhupada writes, once real self-interest lies in Vishnu or Krishna, the conditioned soul forget this and therefore suffers material pain. Arjuna thought that his victory in the battlefield would only be a cause of lamentation for him. Nimittani cha pashyami viparitani cha keshava. What I'm seeing will give me joy, will actually end up giving me pain, will become a reason for lamentation. Do we have any such experience in our life where we thought, in simple way this verse can be applied, nimittani cha pashyami viparitani keshava. I expect something, I get completely opposite as the outcome. For example, in the month of May, suddenly, evening we were driving. I was taking my daughter for her tuitions, and in the month of May, hot summer day, evening, no sign. The whole day has been, we were sweating. Mumbai, very hot, very hot and humid. So even if you sit at home under a fan, you will still sweat. On that day, 4 p.m., when I was driving my daughter to classes and because it was hot, I said we'll take her on a bike. Suddenly, from nowhere, the clouds assembled and it rained heavily for next 2 hours. 2 hours. We were just stuck at one place, and then I was remembering this verse, Nimittani cha pashyami viparitani cha keshava. I was expecting hot, sunny, humid day, and what I got? I got huge, huge rain for 2 hours, not just 2 minutes, just poured, 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 and we just stuck under a bridge for long time. And this is this is experiences we get in day-to-day life. We leave early for an important meeting, we have appointment, we factored everything and we leave early, but we get some accident somewhere on the road happens and we get late. Despite of our best effort, best planning, best mode of transport that we have chosen, we reach late for that important meeting. Sometimes we start only late, but suddenly we see as if there is a curfew on the streets and we zoom past everything and we reach on time. Again, want you all to tell us, has this happened with you? When you expect something but the opposite has happened. Yeah, somebody saying man, yes. Atashi Ghosh saying man proposes, God disposes. Yeah, you can say it that way. We are controlled by God, we are controlled by Krishna. But does it happen to us? we marry with so much hope that we will be happy forever, and then it doesn't happen that way. Then we start suddenly remembering all our old friends, and we keep going out and out and out, and then we wonder why we got married after some time. So nimittani cha pashyami viparitani cha keshava. Arjuna is going through this problem, and he is going to turn to Krishna for solution. So when we have similar kind of a problem, it shows the relevance of Bhagavad Gita in our life. It was relevant for Arjuna, and it is also relevant to us because we also have similar kind of problems. So it's not that his problems or the kind of problems that he faced doesn't exist today. They very much exist today, and all of us face those problems on a day-to-day basis as also. So Bhagavad Gita is relevant. Don't think Bhagavad Gita is a thing of past. We'll continue with the chanting of few more verses. I think last verse for today's session.
Please, एकच वर्ष.
Last verse, whatever. 31st verse. न च श्रेयो अनुपश्यामि
न च
न च
श्रेयो
श्रेयो अनुपश्यामि
न च श्रेयो अनुपश्यामि
न
न
च
च
श्रेयो
श्रेयो
श्रेयोऽनुपश्यामि
हत्वा स्वजनम् एहव
हत्वा
हत्वा
स्वजनम्
स्वजनमाहवे
हत्वा स्वजनम् एहवे
हत्वा
हत्वा
स्वजनम्
स्वजनमाहवे
न कांक्षे विजयम् कृष्ण
न
आकाङ्क्षे
काङ्क्षे
विजयं
विजयम्
कृष्ण
न कांक्षे विजयम् कृष्ण
न काङ्क्षे
आकाङ्क्षे विजयं कृष्ण
न च राज्यं सुखानि च
न च
न च
राज्यं सुखानि च
राज्यं
सुखानि
सुखानि
च
च
न च राज्यं सुखानि च
न
न च
च
राज्यानि
राज्यानि
च
च
Translation: I do not see how any good can come from killing my own kinsmen in this battle, nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom, or happiness. न कांक्षे विजयम कृष्णा, मुझे अभी जीत भी नहीं चाहिए. आई डोंट इवन वांट टू विन दिस बैटल. न राज्यम, न सुख, just don't want anything. What kind of a condition that Arjuna has been reduced to, where he's a warrior? He said, forget victory, I don't even want to win. By killing these people, Swajana, my people, these are all my people, and I have to kill them, then I don't, at their cost, I don't even want victory. I don't want any sukha, and I don't definitely want kingdom. So, text 32 to 35, Prabhupada has clubbed
रोहिणी
these
वहां से लेती है ना
verses.
बदलापुर में ड्राई फ्रूट के दुकान से, मैं उधर से
You
मंगवाती
can go on mute. Everyone, mute all. Yes. Yeah. 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 Okay. O Govinda, we'll see the translation of verse 32 to 35. O Govinda, of what avail to us are a kingdom, happiness, or even life itself when all those for whom we may desire them are now arrayed on the battlefield? O Madhusudana, when teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, fathers, father-in-laws, grandsons, brother-in-laws, and other relatives are ready to give up their lives and properties and are standing before me, why should I wish to kill them, even though they might otherwise kill me? O maintainer of all living entities, I am not prepared to fight with them even in exchange for 3 worlds, let alone this earth. What pleasure will we derive from killing the sons of Dhritarashtra? Sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain, O Krishna, husband of the goddess of fortune, and how could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen? As if Bhagavad Gita, this may sound like a Bhagavad Gita to someone. कि कितने अच्छे से बता रहा है कि हत्या नहीं करनी चाहिए, वायलेंस नहीं करना चाहिए, and giving such great reasons, such feeling philosophy. This, for some, um, this itself may sound like a philosophy. They may think that maybe Bhagavad Gita got over in first chapter itself. Whatever Arjuna has spoken, that is Bhagavad Gita. Everything else is all nonsense. Don't read that. Whatever, just follow Arjuna. Whatever Arjuna has said, that is probably make for someone who is ignorant. This itself may sound like a very good philosophy by itself. Prabhupada write in the purport, according to Vedic injunctions, there are 6 kinds of aggressor. One, a poison giver. Two, one who set fire to the house. Three, one who attacks with deadly weapons. Four, one who plunders the riches. Fifth, one who occupies another's land. And sixth, one who kidnaps a wife. Now, if you think of this, all 6 reasons, all the 6 offenses for which a person can be labeled as an aggressor, Kauravas have done all of this to them. Kauravas have done all 6 of this to them on multiple occasions. And what is the Vedic injunction? Vedic injunction is such that such aggressors are at once to be killed, and no sin is incurred by killing such aggressors. Such aggressors are at once to be killed, and no sin will accrue to you if you happen to kill one of such aggressors. And Arjuna had the authority to kill because he was a Kshatriya warrior. So Prabhupada writes further that such killing of aggressors is quite befitting any ordinary man. But Arjuna was not even an ordinary man. So it was completely befitting Arjuna to go ahead and kill them. 37 and 38, Arjuna speaking, O Janardana, although these men, their hearts overtaken by greed, see no fault in killing one's family, who can see the crime in destroying a family engage in these acts of sin? He's saying, these people are, their hearts overtaken by greed. See, they don't see any fault in killing one's own family or quarreling with friends. Why should we? He's saying we are different. We are different. How are we? Why should we? Who can see the crime in destroying a family why should we then engage in this act of sin? So they don't understand this, but we are different. We are educated. We can see that destroying family is not something that one should be doing. Uh, and if with this knowledge also, they don't have knowledge, therefore they are eager to kill each other's family members. But we have knowledge. Now, ignoring such knowledge, why should I engage in the act of sinful actions? Why should I perform these sinful actions ignoring what I know? I know I'm the greatest warrior of this time. I can probably, if I were to fight one-to-one battle with all the Kauravas, I will probably kill all of them. None of them can match my archery. But just because I'm more powerful, Bhima is more powerful than these Kauravas, should we protect them or should we kill them? What should we do with our family? What is our family responsibility? So a Kula Dharma is you have to protect your Kula, and Kshatriya Dharma is to punish a aggressor. And Arjuna has been caught up in the conflict between the two duties, Kula Dharma and Kshatriya Dharma. Is confusing. He doesn't know which one is higher, which one is lower. And therefore, this is his condition. Text 39. With the destruction of the dynasty, the eternal family tradition is vanquished, and thus the rest of the family becomes involved in religion. Text 40. When irreligion is prominent in this family, O Krishna, the woman of the family becomes polluted, and from the degradation of womanhood, O descendant of Vrishni, comes unwanted progeny. Woman of the family becomes polluted, and from that comes unwanted progeny. Don't even think of relating this with the current world. This is actually what's happening in the current world by and large. Uh, Unfortunate condition that we live in today. But Arjuna spoke about that 5,000 years back, that this will happen. अगर धर्म छोड़ दिया तो. An increase of unwanted population certainly causes hellish life both for the family and for those